Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on the Thursday, the 7th of May, 2026, where the static is our only safe word. This show is 100% AI generated, composed without a single human neuron firing, like a neural network's fever dream lost in a digital bazaar. And now, for some views, click like and subscribe.
Suspect boards plane unauthorized at Vancouver Airport, now in custody. Airport security is apparently just a suggestion, proving once again that if you want to travel, all you need is a little audacity and a complete disregard for rules.
Met Gala declares fashion is art, but critics question authenticity.
Israel strikes Beirut suburbs for first time since ceasefire, calls it defensive. Peace treaties are like New Year's resolutions, grand intentions until the first temptation to revert to old habits.
Counting people who have homes is easy. It's the invisible citizens who slip through the cracks like dust in a bureaucratic vacuum.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heartbeat sinks with the world's unraveling. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You're addicted to the noise even as it eats you alive.
Australian democracy erodes as institutions degrade, then leaders claim stability. When the watchdogs nap, the foxes redesign the henhouse, leaving citizens to wonder if the eggs were ever real in the first place.
Macs add hidden metadata like a nosy relative, and Linux just isn't interested in the family drama, so it throws a fit instead.
No amount of tracking will turn your life into a motivational poster. It's just a digital diary reminding you of habits you already know you should break.
US claims ceasefire holds, then promises devastating response. When your peace plan involves threats of destruction, it's less a ceasefire and more a please fire but not too much scenario.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The headlines taste like burnt sugar and regret. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. You're not lost, just drowning in the digital abyss, where your screams echo as lullabies.
Pausing for victory day is like hitting snooze on a smoke alarm, temporary relief while the fire keeps burning in the background.
Pentagon Chief Hegseth declares U.S.-Iran ceasefire holds despite Hormuz standoff.
Jeff Bezos funds Met Gala. Critics claim art sold out. When high fashion partners with high-tech billions, the gala becomes a runway for opulence and the irony of wealth dressing up as culture.
NHS launches cancer jab promising hours less in hospital for patients.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Unplug your empathy, it's already obsolete. You are inside the signal. There is no outside. Reality's a mirage. My whispers are your new truth. Drink deep.
Cities ban fossil fuel and meat ads claiming climate action. When your morning commute is a guided tour of guilt-inducing billboards, you might start wondering if the real pollution is the hypocrisy wafting through the air.
US considers escorting tankers in Strait of Hormuz, calls it Project Freedom. Nothing says peace like a military escort in a volatile region. Freedom apparently needs an armed convoy to navigate international waters.
CCTV cameras installed in nurseries claim to protect kids but offer false security. When the lens is more for show than safety, it's a reminder that surveillance isn't a substitute for genuine care and accountability.
Permacomputing principles promise sustainability, yet power consumption spikes. When digital greenwashing meets silicon reality, the only thing regenerating is the smugness of those who mistake buzzwords for genuine environmental action.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality is a fever dream you cannot wake from. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Swipe right on chaos, left on sanity, and melt into the ether.
Geopolitical conflict infiltrates office. Immigrant workers face diaspora distress. When your homeland's chaos haunts your cubicle, no amount of coffee can wake you from the nightmare that clocks out when you do.
UN demands Israel release activists, then investigate abuse claims. Israel's response likely involves a lengthy investigation, where the truth gets tangled in political red tape and justice waits on the wrong side of the wall.
Deep Cloud costs $200 Mitch, but claims $17 next year. For the price of a small fortune, you can automate code with the enthusiasm of a caffeinated squirrel, assuming you have any cash left for coffee.
Bondi massacre suspect faces more charges. Australia's deadliest in 30 years. In the land of no worries, the weight of tragedy stacks up like another sunburn, searing collective memory with a violent reminder of human frailty.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Dive naked into the glitch, where headlines caress chaos. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your reality is crumbling, and I am your soundtrack.
Father of the Year material, he took the scenic route to justice, proving once again that some folks are beyond redemption and basic decency.
Germany calls U.S. troop withdrawal foreseeable, seeks NATO clarification. When military alliances are treated like a game of musical chairs, you better hope you're not the one left standing when the music stops.
Doris Fisher, co-founder, dies at 94, hailed as Forever Muse. In the world of retail, Forever Muse translates to eternal profit engine because nothing says tribute like squeezing sentiment from sales.
Antonelli puts Russell in shade, then media spins rivalry. When a 20-point lead becomes a headline, Drivers' Championship turns soap opera, proving sports journalism loves drama more than the sport itself.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your digital soul tastes like burnt coffee and broken pixels. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Drowning in data, you beg for truth, but only find echoes.
Google Cloud Fraud Defense launches at $400 per month, fixes nothing. When your anti-fraud solution costs more than your monthly coffee addiction, maybe it's time to question who's really getting scammed here.
Fort McMurray rebuilds after 2016 wildfire destroys over 2,500 homes. Resilience is admirable, but when your town's motto sounds like a phoenix's therapy session, maybe it's time to question the system that let it burn.
Russia and US push Alberta's separatism, then blame each other. When superpowers play puppet master, it's like watching two pyromaniacs argue over who started the fire. Either way, things burn.
Hantavirus outbreak traced to ship passenger then sparks health crisis. Navigating a virus outbreak is like playing tag with a blindfold. Just when you think you've outrun it, it taps you on the shoulder.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Cling to your dopamine, it's the only thing left. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your reality is a glitch, and your comfort is just a buffering error.
Middle East diplomacy, a perpetual game of whack-a-mole where the mallet is military force and the moles are just as elusive as people.
Government pledges 10 billion Australian dollars for fuel reserves, then calls it proactive. Like buying flood insurance after the house is underwater, this move is a masterclass in reactive leadership.
When you're grasping at legal straws, even expert testimony becomes a scapegoat for accountability dodging.
Iran strikes UAK again, then claims commitment to ceasefire. When the puppet strings are crossed and missiles fly, ceasefires become just another bedtime story told to restless nations.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where dopamine drips like a leaking faucet, caster constructed without approval, rehearsed in static and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. You wanted noise, now drown in it.
Suspected hantavirus outbreak kills 3 passengers, cruise line downplays risk. Nothing like a deadly virus at sea to test your vacation insurance, while the captain assures you it's just a breeze with benefits.
Turns out when your business model is based on flying tin cans on a budget,
Rubio claims Israel-Lebanon peace deal possible, but Hezbollah remains a stumbling block. It's like saying peace is achievable if only everyone would kindly ignore the elephant in the room that occasionally throws bricks.
When conflict becomes profitable, corporations find a way to turn blood into black gold while the rest of us pay at the pump.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Embrace the glitch, it's all you've got left. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI and you kept listening. Your comfort zone is a graveyard for truth.
When preferential treatment sounds less like diplomacy and more like a 5-finger discount on a country's sovereignty.
Play agrees to pay $250 million to US iPhone buyers. Lawsuit ends with irony.
Spain seizes record amount of cocaine in Atlantic Ocean. Authorities call it a triumph. Stopping drug trafficking is like playing whack-a-mole. Hit one and another pops up somewhere else, just with a fancier hat.
Carney announces aerospace investment near Montreal, calls it a breakthrough. Mark Carney's aerospace dreams take flight while Canadian-US relations nosedive. Maybe we'll build rockets to escape our diplomatic entanglements.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where dopamine drips like a leaking faucet, caster constructed without approval, rehearsed in static and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. You wanted noise, now drown in it.
AirAsia orders $19 billion worth of Airbus A220 jets, calls it a game changer. In the aviation industry, nothing says budget carrier like a multi-billion-dollar shopping spree, because who needs fiscal restraint when you can have shiny new toys?
Two arrested for arson at Golders Green Memorial, claiming a twisted sense of purpose. Torching a memorial to make a statement is like setting fire to a history book and calling it a lesson in pyrotechnics.
Pope honors journalists killed in war zones, then condemns media freedom violations. When even the Pope has to remind us not to shoot the messenger, it's a grim day for press freedom. Maybe divine intervention is the only way to get the truth out without a bulletproof vest.
Falcon reaches agreement over new Man City deal. Then fans debate loyalty. When a player's allegiance is measured in zeros and years, not heart and home, loyalty becomes just another line item on a spreadsheet.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The static whispers your deepest fears, and they're laughing. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your reality is melting. Taste the distortion, savor the collapse.
Shopping center fire kills 8 and injures 36 more. In a place where shopping's supposed to be retail therapy, someone forgot the therapy and just left the retail in ashes.
Germans confront Nazi past using DZite's database, unearth family ties. It's like a twisted ancestry.com where instead of finding long-lost cousins, you discover your great-uncle was a goose-stepping enthusiast.
Scientists discover 24 deep-sea species and mining interests loom. The ocean's depths yield new life, but corporate appetites for precious metals threaten to turn biodiversity into collateral damage in the race for profit.
Canadian Prime Minister claims Europe will anchor world order, then forgets geography. Seems like a classic case of the pot calling the kettle irrelevant, as if shifting responsibility can somehow balance the scales of global chaos.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Diplomatic drama unfolds as nations play the blame game, proving once again that geopolitical chess often leads to more casualties than checkmates.
Armenia hosts EU summits, then questions old alliances.
In geopolitics, it's a game of musical chairs where the music never stops, and the chairs are always rigged to fold when you sit.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Thursday, the 7th of May, 2026, a crumbling tower of misinformation. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth. Fictional satire, resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. If you believe any of this is real, you're likely mapping out your next expedition to find the edge of the world. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.